It's Tromonte and friends. Let's have a conversation. Yo, it's Tromonte and friends. We got another special guest today on this episode. It's my brother, man. I used to run with him heavy back in the day. Introduce yourself.
What's up, y'all? Therrion Grooms, aka Daddy Shark. Nah, I'm just kidding. But yeah,
Hey, knock it off, fam. Hey.
yeah. I mean, what more need to be said? So
Hey, Tay, man. Let the people know how we met before we jump into the episode, and then let them know your favorite memory of us.
this guy, man. So we was in high school, right? I think I was sitting down. I think it was like an English class, and this guy Monte walks through, and he just looking at me and just shakes his head. I'm like, oh, I don't even know this dude. Who is this dude, man? So time went by. I don't know how we start talking and whatnot. We started like having the same interests. He like Nas, I like Nas. I'm like, dang, this is kind of crazy. And I remember somebody said Tay, and I answered to it, and he answered to it too. So I'm like, all right, we got the same nickname, had the same interests, and we just started rocking ever since then, man. Kind of think alike. And rest is history. So, we used to hang out a lot, talk about intelligent, situations and events and stuff. We used to just kick it, man. So rest is history, like I said, man.
What's your favorite memory of us?
Oh man.
Just don't incriminate us.
Yeah, right. Memory. Bro, we had a lot, man.
Yeah.
I feel like honestly, like that I think the day we went to prom, like all of us, it was like me.
Jeremy.
Yeah, and all them, that was dope, man. But man, we got so many of those, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the rest of the stories, yeah, we're not gonna talk about that, man. We're not gonna discuss that.
Hey, remember that night at prom? Remember we went to Denny's or IHOP. We didn't pay. We just walked out.
Walked out, yeah. Now
Wow,
I leave
man.
crazy. Now I leave like big tips and stuff, man. I'll never do nothing like that, man. But yeah, man, so we had a lot of memories when you really think about it, though.
Good memories, man. Glad we still able to be brothers after all this time. So 2020 been kind of crazy.
Yeah.
How has 2020 treated you, man? You and your family?
Um, Honestly, man, I'm a glass half full person, so I would say it's a blessing to be honest. Just waking up. That's a blessing right there as it is. So I think I'm not gonna say it's good that it happened, but you can get the good from it. Everybody kind of had to take a step back and learn how to be by themselves, and that's something that America has a problem doing. We always got to be around someone to have to be doing something all the time, and that causes us not to think and learn. So and everybody always trying to chase the bag, as they say. So that gave everybody an opportunity to reset. So going 2021, everybody should be well rested and ready to go, to make that change. So
I agree, man. Now you're a well-versed person in social and political things.
yeah.
That's kind of how we became friends in a way. What do you think about the election and everything that happened leading up to the election, even the aftermath? As recent as yesterday, your president got denied his claims, so
Yeah.
he out of there. But how do you feel about like all of the pretty much nonsense, not just from the federal government and those in power, but people on social media, everybody arguing amongst each other leading up to what happened?
I'm not gonna throw out any names because I want everybody to hear what I say and then kind of think about what I say and just use their mind and to know the truth. And I like to do that a lot, not really base my opinion, but just base facts, and then you can kind of decide where I'm at with things. But how everything's going is a lack of leadership. At the end of the day, it's chaotic. So whenever like a country or organization is chaotic, that means the leadership that's in charge, aren't doing what they're supposed to do. So to be a leader, you got to be able to assemble both sides, both troops, and that's what we lack: leadership, proper leadership. So without having someone that you can look upon as an idol or just somebody that you can see that's successful and that you want to be like, it's going to be chaotic. It's nothing you can do about it.
Mm.
So you can't base your life and your politics off hate and expect not to get that in return. This country was designed by violence, murder, rape, and that's probably going to be its demise as well. So
Being in the military, what is the sentiment of those in the military when you have a lack of leadership like we had in the Oval Office for these past few years?
it's hard, man. Like, it's hard, man. And it's honestly, so it's hard because like with the military, I mean, with the world period, you got two type of people. The ones that look for themselves and the one that look out for others.
Mm.
So when I was young and with my military career, had an older guy tell me like, that's how it's going to be. You either got to look out for yourself or you're going to be looking out for others, and you got to expect them, when they get older in their career, to look out for you. So me personally, and that's what I do, man. I look out for others, man. I don't care about, awards for myself. I want to take care of my people, man. I think that's what it's all about. Some people can sleep at night when they take care of themselves, and that's it. I can't. So make sure I do that. But man, as far as leadership and military, I would say, I mean, I can't really speak of the aspects of the other branches, but within the Air Force, it's been pretty good the past 4 years. We had a brother named Chief Wright, and he definitely made some great changes. Definitely was a great role model for everybody, not just, people of his color. So
Okay. So you usually have a strong opinion on matters involving Black men, as you should, but you've always been like that since I've known you. And you always had your own unique perspective. You're not a follower, which I always appreciated about you. Seeing this everything that's happened this year, especially towards the beginning of the year, with innocent Black men being killed, it feel like it was like every month during a certain period of time.
yeah.
What are some solutions, like 2 or 3 solutions that you think would help with lessening this? It looks like it happens too frequently.
Yeah.
What solutions do you have that could lessen those things from happening as frequently as they do throughout time? I think my wife told me this week somebody got shot again, like some Black dude, and I always question like, why are they always getting shot? They're not getting stabbed, like they're not like it's always something revolving around firearm.
Right. So what I always say, your opinion means nothing if you don't got solutions, period. So that's the first thing. Self accountability, that's first. That's something that's hard for everybody to do. And it's hard to be self accountable, especially when you're in a situation like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first thing you got to do. Because at the end, whenever you're given a solution, you got to be able to compromise at the end of the day. So, one, we got to be self accountable and police our own environment, our own communities. We got to stop depending on, officers and people that live 40 minutes away, living there, but then they come to work in your community and they're policing your community, telling you what you able to do, and holding those laws. We got to stop doing that. We got a lot of brothers out here that's doing certain things. They're busy, getting and stuff, but then they can't protect their community. So we got to people, man. We got to police our community. For instance, like you, where you live at, people look up to you. You're smart, you're intelligent, young Black man. They will have a lot of respect for you if you police your own community. We need people that look like us, that we can relate to. That's, so that's number one. That's a big issue with us. We got to get rid of the perception, cops are pigs.
Mm-hmm.
We get to learn each other and get out there in our communities. People know you. If you was a cop, they'll know you're not a pig. They know that you're there for the right reasons.
Right.
Also, like I said, self-accountability. So we got to look and see what we're doing wrong in these situations. Every situation should be objective, and we got to look at them individually too as well. So before we press forward and we give our opinions on social media, we need to make sure we have all the facts first.
Do you think, I don't mean to cut you off. Do you think social media kind of contributes to some of the things that are happening in our communities? And when I say that, what I mean is there aren't a lot of facts that go around when unfortunate situations arise. All you have is a lot of opinions. Even with the news, like even with like CNN and places like that, they're mostly giving their opinions or their biased side of the situation. We don't have a lot of objective um we don't have a lot of objective people that can provide. Hold on, I think I lost Tay. You good? The thing
Yeah.
had went out. But we don't have a lot of objective people or objective perspectives that can put us in like the right frame of mind. Social media, I think social media the devil. Even though I use it a lot, I think it doesn't help when something bad happens and everybody just jumps and throws their opinions about it in. Because if
Right.
you don't know what you're talking about, you shouldn't speak. Like even me, I don't speak on everything because I don't have an opinion on everything.
Right.
But what do you think about that? I see you kind of the same way. Like you speak like every now and then.
Right. So yeah, social media, it sucks, man, because it gives dumb people, too many rights, as I like to say. And it does, man. It gives dumb people a platform. So, if you're not educated on anything, don't say nothing. Or at least first get the facts, man. But we're so quick to give our opinion because we have so many rights to give our opinion. But
Mhm.
your thoughts for a reason. When you think, it doesn't just come out of your mouth, it stays in your head. And it's like that for a reason. It's for you to think about it, reflect on it, and make sure what you're saying is correct. But we tend to just speak too much because we want to voice our opinions
Right.
because we do or because we're able to.
Mhm.
And sometimes, man, my rights can infract on yours.
Yeah,
So I learned that. But social media is definitely an issue. Um, we're not even able to communicate correctly anymore,
I
and it's
agree.
social media is supposed to help that. Social, keyword social, but it's actually hindering it at the end of the day. So definitely an issue. Um, yeah, especially during this pandemic too, as well.
Mhm. Do you did you vote?
Most definitely.
Do you have a problem with people who voted for Trump even after the 4 years and everything that's happened?
Uh, I'm gonna
You can keep
say
it real. You can keep it
I'm
real.
gonna because it's like I said, each situation is different. So I can't put everybody in one box.
Mhm.
You know, so people have their reasons why they vote for him for different reasons. Do I think everybody who voted for Trump is racist? No. Do I think a lot of them is racist? Fuck yeah, I do. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. But people vote for certain reasons. I got friends. I got a couple friends that voted for,
Me too.
Trump.
Me
And
too.
do I think they're racist? Not at all. Do I think some of them are racist? Yeah, that's why they're not my friends, period. But but yeah, I think we got to get out of that mindset. Everything honestly, what's worse than black versus white is the right versus left. That's becoming the real issue too as well. People are stopping talking to their family members just because of who they voted for.
That's true. I see a lot of that.
So we got to battle racism. Now we got to battle this too. You
Mhm.
know, it's gonna be rough, man, to pull out of, man.
How do you feel about the incoming leadership of Harris and Biden? Do you have faith in them? Now I know you, so
Yeah.
I already kind of know what you're gonna say, but just stay on topic, all right? With them coming in, how do you feel about those two particular individuals?
How do I feel about them?
Yeah, I know how you feel about the regime overall, but I don't know how you feel about those two.
Um, I wouldn't really say I had faith in them, but
Mm-hmm.
it's something, the saying like same old shit. I rather have new shit than same old shit. So it's something different, man. But like I said about leadership, I don't know if President Biden, was soon to be President Biden and Harris, are the proper leadership that we should have in charge. I don't know yet, but they're unproven, so that's okay with me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'd rather have, a rookie that's coming in the draft. Nobody knows how they're going to turn out than someone who we've been seeing, not doing the job correctly. So I have an open mind about the thing. I'm excited, to see the change. I like that he coming in like, all right, guys, we got to come together. We got to do this thing the right way. So that's the start. That's how you got to start.
Right.
You got a lot of work to do. So I have to definitely be patient, because I have pressure on these politicians, man. So I have to be patient and allow him to get used to being the president again and get adjusted. So,
do you think Black men are targeted by the police?
yes.
Why do you think that?
I would have to say slavery, man. Since slavery days, slave patrol, that's something people don't know about. Slave patrol was formed before the police department was formed. Same concept, same laws, same tactics. Somebody got to be the enemy. In order for somebody got to be poor. For somebody to feel powerful, somebody got to be weak. So I think Black people are targeted because it's a pride thing. I feel like as black men, we're not trying to take over the world. We're just trying to survive. That's what I taught us growing up. They didn't teach us, hey, this is how you can take over this country. This is how you can take over this organization. They taught us how to live. They gave us, guidelines on how we can make it. That's all we're trying to do at the end of the day. But do I think it's going to change too? Nah. Somebody got to be the, somebody got to be the nigga at the end of the day. And it's going to be us. You know what I mean? Unfortunately.
Hey, switching topics a bit, because I wanted to get the heavy stuff out of the way. Why are you single?
Yeah.
Hey, people be like, hey, you shouldn't ask people why they're single. But this is my brother. This is my brother. Why are you single?
Ask me. So I honestly have to say, man, like, I feel like in life, like with my goals and stuff, man, I have this high ceiling, and it's crazy. So I had to unlearn everything that I was taught. That's what I felt like I had to do, growing up. Like, why do I do this? Or why do I do that? I mean, am I doing it just because we're taught it? So as I did that, man, I started having like high expectations and high goals for myself. We all got goals. So with dating, I guess it's the same way. Like with these high goals and high expectations, something else always comes next that maybe I may take a look at. You know what I'm saying? It's just as you grow, man, you start to learn more and then you start to want more. So it's for a man that's naturally competitive to settle for something. Not really settle, but you kind of are settling for it. You're accepting somebody for their flaws. So it's hard to do that in a relationship, but not do that in life. So how do you switch that off? I have to learn how to do that. And am I supposed to switch that off when dealing with? Like, why am I supposed to strive for all these things with my career, education, but I'm supposed to put a stop with everything when it comes to a woman? And I'm not saying you are supposed to or you're not, but that's just something that I think about. So that's probably why I'm, single.
Do you see yourself getting married again?
Yeah. I can see it happening. I don't know when, but I can definitely see it. I feel like I'm unique in the way that I think. So I have a rational, open mind, mindset, and that tends to not go well with women.
What you mean? They want you to be narrow-minded?
Yeah, man, I get the oh, you too nice, stuff like that, man. Or it's like, man, I like to talk to people, man. I love. It's crazy because I'm kind of an introvert, but I like to have discussions. I like to talk about things that matter. So with me doing that, I'm going to be talking to women at times. That's just the way it is. And I don't think no woman will be able to put up with that, really. So I'm also very stubborn and I'm an alpha dominant male. I'm not going to allow a person to, a woman tell me what I can and can't do. I like to go to the gym. So if I want to go to the gym, I'm not gonna be like, all right, baby, I'm gonna stay at home. No, you want me to be in shape, so that's why I gotta put in this work. So it's not gonna work, man.
Mhm.
Not gonna work.
What are some lessons that you've learned from being married and being in serious relationships? Because me and you are alike in that way.
Yeah,
We're not we're relationship people at heart. So we want to be committed to someone. Um, but you've had a lot of crazy experiences, like
yes,
crazy experiences, man. Unlike any I've seen in life, man. With just because I know how committed you are. Do you think people take advantage of you being too kind and too thoughtful? Because you're not controlling. Although you may be dominant, you're not a controlling person.
right. Do they take? All right. So what did I learn first? I learned a lot, man. Um, I learned to take things for what it is. Um, and control any situation. I think that's the problem with a lot of people that's married and in relationships. They want to control everything. And
Mhm.
you mad, we got to think, are we mad because of what someone done to us? Or are we mad because we know we won't do that, what they did?
Mhm.
So I had to learn that. Okay, I'm not upset because of what you did. I'm upset because I wouldn't do what you did. So when you start doing that, you don't have any expectations for nobody no more. At the same time. It teaches you to be understanding too as well. You can't help who you love. You can't help who you like. I can't help if you don't use the toothpaste correctly and don't squeeze it correctly. I can't help myself and like that and be okay with it. If I don't like it, I don't like it. You know. And definitely one thing I learned is, you can love somebody right now, and you're always going to grow. Physically, spiritually, mentally. But that doesn't mean that you're gonna grow together, you know. And sometimes it just happens like that, you know. You're married to someone, you're in a relationship. We're taught, be committed and through thick and thin. We're told that, but is it really supposed to be like that? You know, is it really supposed to be like that? If you're really unhappy and you're married or you're in a relationship, why do we have to stay? Because someone told us? Like, is it really supposed to be like that? We should. I mean, because if you're unhappy, that's going to cause you to do some things you're not supposed to do.
Right.
I would rather cut it off right then and there than to go down that road.
Mhm.
So you need to get away from the through thick and thin issue. You know,
Mhm.
Phil, if you see that you're going to be doing something you're not supposed to be doing, cut it off, man. It's okay. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. I question that too. I don't think you should be consistently unhappy, especially if the person, most people, when you're dating somebody, let's say you're married 5, 10 years, as you mentioned, people are going to change. Most people are set in their ways. So if you married a dude who's not really romantic, the probability of him being romantic all of a sudden 10, 15 years later, it's probably not going to happen.
Nah,
He gonna make small incremental changes, but he's not gonna just be this guy who's gonna bring you flowers every week and stuff like that. Who you got with is essentially the person you're gonna end up with.
yeah.
And then I think in long-term relationships, we don't communicate strongly what we're lacking. What
See,
we're what we're lacking within, and then what we need the other person to do. Like you mentioned, like you work out. You may or may not, you may want your partner to work out. But if you don't communicate that with them, and you just tell them like 4 years into the relationship, like, yeah, why don't you work out? She's like, why don't you tell me this a long time ago? I could have been doing it.
but see that's the I call it the C word, communication. So that's another reason I'm single because I kind of hate that word, man.
Why?
It's because that's as a single person, if ask some of your friends, homeboys, they ask a girl say, hey, what's 3 qualities you like, or what's things that you want from another person? Usually that top 3 a woman's word is gonna be communication.
All right. You're right.
And that's sometimes the first one. But see, a lot of times communication is not even necessary if you pay attention.
Mm.
So body language will tell you a lot. And once you start building those relationships, you'll know like, dang, I don't have to communicate things as much. You probably life long enough to have that relationship to which she know what you about to say before you about to say it. Exactly like how you told me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I know what you about to say, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Start building those relationships, then you'll know like, dang, I don't have to communicate all this stuff. In the 1940s, we didn't have to, send text messages. Hey,
This
you
guy.
got a letter once a month. You know what I'm saying? And then,
Man.
yeah, and then that motherfucker riding a chariot, some they didn't have to communicate so much because they built those relationships. You know what I'm saying? So we have so many forms of communication, group me, WhatsApp, social media, that now we're putting these expectations on each other. That's like crazy.
You're right.
You about it, like you got hundreds and hundreds of friends that you talk to on a daily basis. What if everybody required you to communicate the same? You'd be spending your day communicating to everybody, and I think that's where we came right now. It happens too much.
Mm-hmm.
Communication, you know what I'm saying?
You're right, because me and you don't even talk all the time.
And it's still the same,
It
right?
is. It's still the same. We talk like, I don't know, a couple times a year. That's enough, though.
We don't, but we already built that, that relationship
Yeah.
to which, we don't got to. You need something, of course you can hit me up. You don't got to talk to somebody every second of the day, let them know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Now you know why I'm single. That's the real truth. I want to save it for later, man. So
But what's a quality about yourself that is kind of messed up that most women won't be able to deal with?
dang, yeah. Damn, bro.
Because I know you. You are stubborn. You are
Yeah.
stubborn.
I'm gonna do what I want to do at the end of the day. And I ain't gonna lie, I will ghost your ass immediately and not tell you nothing. And that's it's fucked up, man. But I'll ghost somebody, man, because I mean, it, it's sad, man. It's real crazy because I'm not controlling, but it's my way. I'm gonna do it my way. I'm gonna do what I want to do at the end of the day. And if you don't like it, then it is what it is. And that mixed with not communicating, how somebody wants me to, that's gonna cause some problems.
You said you're gonna do it your way, but you also mentioned there has to be some compromise in the beginning.
That is.
So what are you willing to compromise, and what things aren't you willing to compromise?
So that's the thing. I accept anybody for who they are. If you want to overly communicate, cool. I accept that. That's cool. That don't mean I'm gonna do it. So, so I'll compromise damn near anything, man. I'm gonna understand.
Wow.
So I don't really care what someone went through in the past. I kind of try to look at who they are, in the present. So I'm very understanding. So whatever you got, bring it to the table. I accept you, but just know that I'm not gonna say I'm stuck in my ways, but it's definitely some things that's not gonna change. And that compromise word, man, that's another C word. I definitely, change some things, but I'm not gonna change who I am. I guess that. You gotta. This is, I'm always gonna change, but we're at an age of our lives. When you hit those 30s, you kind of set you're gonna be for the rest of your life. Still gonna be some small changes, but I am the man that I'm gonna be for the rest of my life right now.
That's real. And my last question, man, are you gonna take the COVID vaccine?
Do I want to? Nah. But I
To the
might.
military.
Yeah, I might have to, man. To be honest.
Hey, I know you kind of a mini conspiracy theorist, man. I already know.
Honestly, I would take it, and this is the only way I'll be 100% with it. And it's gonna sound crazy, but all the past presidents and current, yeah, I'll take it online and show everybody. Cool, that's cool. You can be injecting water in your damn veins for all I know. I want everybody to get a massive fucking bucket or pool. Everybody stick their needle in that shit at the same time, or like this. That's
stupid, man.
that's the only way I feel confident that this ain't gonna affect me, man.
How how long do you think it'll be before we get back to some semblance of normal?
What is normal? I mean, shit.
It's a good
Honestly,
question.
back to how it was, pre-pandemic.
I don't think it'll ever be like it was before, just due to the economy, due to COVID, due to a new presidential regime,
Yeah.
but to where we're not on lockdown in some states and we don't have to wear masks and things like that.
I would say,
2022?
I think so, man. I think in the 2021 or 2022. I mean, because the vaccines, all that got to go through. Then they're going to want to take a step back, see how it works. Then they want to take a few months off just to kind of like for everything to calm down. It's gonna be a while, man, and that's the scary part. So we may not go back to normal because now at first think about it. You go to the store, oh, I forgot my mask. Now you remember to do it all the time. So
Yeah.
I think as it became accustomed to our lives, that to now it's kind of natural, and that's what's kind of scary. We go back to doing things the old way. What's gonna happen? Somebody in jail, they gonna get out. You put them in a strip club, he gonna go crazy, and I gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and then it's gonna be like, okay, damn. Now look at the world. We act like we ain't got no sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like honestly, right now, are we ready to go back to normal? Nah, man. We got a lot of things we need to heal with first before we go
Mm-hmm.
back to with the racist stuff that's going on, pandemic, politics. We need to be healing right now before we just take off our clothes.
Mm.
You know, so
Hey, I agree, man. Well, any final words for the people, man, before we sign off?
yes, man. Everybody, the communication word. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. Nah, I'm just kidding. Everybody need to take this time, man, and just learn and reflect, man, and just have some self accountability. You know, I think if everybody do that, we'll be at a different point in our lives and as a country, as the world, man. Just be self accountable. Have an open mind when you have these discussions, man. So that's all I got to say, man. Physical, spiritual, and mental growth. That's what everybody need to be practicing every single day. As for the single, if you're not doing that as a woman, honestly, I'm not giving you no time of day. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody that I can't talk to, about intellectual things and build upon. I don't want somebody who's not taking care of themselves physically and also mentally, you know. And speaking of mental, man, we got that, stigma on getting mental help. If you need mental help, seek that shit, man. We need to make it mandatory for everybody to be evaluated on an annual basis to get mentally evaluated. That's something that needs to happen because right now we have mental issues from the bottom to the top, and you can see it clear as day. We got too many rights. I think that's a right we need to take away.
Mm.
Having the right not to seek help when you have mental issues.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, that's real talk, man. I appreciate you coming on and taking the time out to get on, man. Hopefully, I'll get you in person one day whenever you make your way down here. I'm actually me and my wife planning to move to Texas
what
in a
part?
few years. I know we're not moving to Houston. I know that.
Wow, man.
She
Why?
just she Houston floods a lot.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful city, but she just opposed to it. And she lived in Texas before. She stayed in El Paso and stuff like that. So we're looking at a few places in a few years, though, to be down the line. But we might see you there.
Yeah, go to San Antonio, man. I heard that's the best spot, bro.
You don't even know if it's the best spot yet.
Yeah, man, it's probably the best, man. Man, I heard some good things about Austin though, man. Like
Yeah.
yeah, man, I heard that's really the best spot there, man, to be honest, man. It's nice, all that
Mm.
stuff.
Well, stay safe, man. You and your family, your kids, man. Tell your dad I said what's up. He know what it is, man. And I'll get with you soon, man. Love you.
All right, man. Love you too, man. Be safe.
All right.